Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese sizala sokhuluma ngawo lama shows. Siyaphinda ke futhi sikhulume ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi, and today we're going to talk about the interview that has been posted on the YouTube channel Omakhwapheni. Right now it says that the interview was posted 22 hours ago, which basically means it was like a day ago. So you guys, what they did for that interview is that they invited Khawula to come and do this interview with Queen Loli, which previously I didn't know, you guys. Apparently she is an artist slash musician, and they were going to interview her. So it's a sit-down interview, supposed to be chill. By the way, you guys, the quality on that channel is really good. I haven't watched a lot of their videos, but the quality on this particular video was really good. Okay, so you have Khawula there with a different shirt, okay. Or let me just say a different colored shirt. And already the edition Khawula was going to make the interview more interesting. I thought that there was such a good idea to have him invited for that particular interview. And of course Khawula's nipple, made an appearance. I don't know how YouTube is allowing abo Khawula ukuthi bakhombise their nipples. Ngathi ngiyabona sengizalana mina namabele ukuthi bangavuma yini la ku YouTube. Ngivele ngawugqoka ubra ngiyayigqoka netop and come into a YouTube video. I wonder, you guys. So of course, we go as far as see Khawula. We were hanging out with Khawula's nipple. Okay, that is a story for another day. Maybe that requires its own video. Okay, anyway, you guys, so this lady comes on, and of course I think they already knew that she wanted to talk about the fact that she is claiming to have been aka the late aka side chick. She's claiming that she was aka side chick. Okay, so I'm sitting there listening. I was like, okay, I was thinking for once, you guys, that we were going to go through an artist passing without some woman coming out and embarrassing herself and claiming to be a side chick, and they just wouldn't let it happen. This woman just wouldn't let it happen. And you guys, I'm not saying, I'm in no way saying aka did not have side chicks, but I did honestly enjoy not having that as part of the story, because really I always feel like when a woman comes out like that, they're just embarrassing themselves. Why are you even coming out to say that you're a side chick for what, And so I felt like for whatever reason, maybe they were intimidated because of who aka is, and they were scared to come out. I don't know, you guys, but we thought that there was never going to be a side chick coming out, since they didn't come out before the funeral. But here is this lady claiming that she was aka side chick. I don't know, you guys. Let me say this. I don't like saying this about a woman, but it's one of those things when a person speaks and you feel like this person, I don't know if she's struggling to articulate herself. She just didn't sound intelligent. She didn't sound, very intelligent in the way that she was speaking and explaining herself. Musa was very good at asking direct questions. Timelines. Give us timelines. If you say that you were with aka, when was it? Was it last year? Was it this year? Was it before Bonang? Was it after? Was it before Anele Tembe? What was it? When was it? And the lady really couldn't really give clear timelines as to when she was in a relationship with aka. So right from the beginning of the interview, you guys, I was already doubting this lady. And I'm not saying that absolutely she was not a side chick, but I feel like from what she told, I do not believe her. It was hard to believe her. It was a pleasure to watch Khawula in that interview, honestly, because he was direct. There is a point where he even says that if you cannot give me the timelines, then you are lying about the situation. Because guys, I feel like you're not gonna go to an interview to expose somebody like that and not get your timelines correct. That for me was just like, this lady might actually be lying, you guys. I don't know why she's doing it, but it just didn't make sense to me that she wasn't sure about the timelines of the relationship with AKA. Okay, she ended up saying, like, after Musa Kaula says, if you don't have the timelines, of course that means that you are lying about the situation. She ends up saying that it was somewhere last year, and then in Valentine's Day she even got the flowers delivered to her. And then Musa is saying, okay, was it a one night stand? And she says no, it wasn't a one night stand, because AKA even had, you know, his clothes at her place. And then he asked, when did it end? I don't know where this was coming in, you guys. That's why I said, to me, it didn't sound intelligent at all. But it might have been that she was under the influence of alcohol, because as the interview is going on, she is drinking. So some of the things were just not making sense, because when Musa Kaula asks when did it end, she goes into how AKA was colored and she is black, and you know, like they would fight sometimes, and all Musa Kaula was asking, when did the relationship end? But she ends up saying that it never ended. She says the last time she saw him was the week before Christmas. He was going to travel home. She had demanded to spend time with him. Guys, listen, you can go and watch that interview. Me, myself, and I do not believe that lady. She is not believable to me. You know, it was not convincing. You know, sometimes when she was giving the answers, she was thinking about it too much. Okay, of course I watched the interview because I really wanted to see the AKA part of it, but I ended up watching all of it because she goes on to say that she is the side chick Big Zulu. She is the side chick Kamseleku. She has been she says with Vusinova, she wasn't a side chick, they even lived together. This person has basically been with everybody, you know. Which also makes the story, how have you been with everybody, you know, which makes the story very unbelievable, you guys. I could be wrong, but I just don't believe some of the things she says. So now they get to a point where they got trying to get clarity when it comes to Musam Selego. Okay, because you guys, when it comes to Musam Selego, of course none of us will be surprised that Musam Selego would have girlfriends. He has said that he has girlfriends. Okay, and so then I guess they wanted also the timelines to have receipts or whatever. When it comes to she just couldn't get straight to the point. She ends up playing some audio. I don't know if it was supposed to be a video because she doesn't show it to the camera, but you can only hear the audio. Adult stuff, okay, like porn stuff on her phone. But obviously Musa Kaula and the other lady that is doing the interview are like, but this doesn't prove anything, which made me assume that they're not seeing the Musam Selegu. They were supposed to be on the video, but she's claiming that Musam Selegu is somewhere there. So later on she changes and she's like, no, actually when I say Mselegu, because somewhere on her phone was Musa Mselegu's son, Mpumelelo Mselegu. So she changes and says, no, when I mean Mselegu, I'm meaning Mpumelelo Mselegu. You know, I'm with the son. I'm going to be the third wife of the son. It all sounded like a lie. Okay, it all sounded like a lie, but it might not be. This was just, it was my flippy interview. I don't want to lie, you know, which made her really sound unreliable as a source for this information that is very implicating for all of these people that she's mentioning here. I don't believe anything that comes out of that lady. I don't know her, but I had a very, very hard time believing her. But because she's not clear with her story, she's not clear about her timelines. She's talking about being somewhere with international artists. I think she even mentions about Chris Brown, and I'm like, yeah, but again, now we are lost. We are in USA. No. Anyway, you guys, another thing that she says about AKA that Musa asked was the issue about drugs. She says that AKA was clean. She doesn't do drugs herself, so he never did any drugs with her, so she was clean. You guys, listen, go watch that interview. I don't know, you guys, would see what would be the purpose of women just feeling like they need to come out and say. The word itself says umakwapeni, you know, the underarm, the roll on. You are supposed to stay a secret. So this whole thing of Oma Kwapeni coming out to say Nguma Kwapeni, I don't know how, I don't know, we're losing so much self-respect, because even becoming Uma Kwapeni itself nje has its own, thing yokuthi and I was hloniphi, to actually feel like you have a right to come out and say bengi Uma Kwapeni mina. Guys, no, yazi ukuthi we have exes that ngisho ungahlangana naye kuphi ubheka le abhekele umuntu, because maybe you just don't even want to remember that you ever made those mistakes. Protecting your image as a woman and your self-respect, and you're like, I don't even want to remember I dated that person. Some things you do in life and some mistakes you make in life, honestly, they are not meant for you to come out here and say, hey, yes, I made that mistake. It's not necessary. It is not necessary. I don't know why people insist on coming out here and telling us about being Oma Kwapeni Babantu. I don't know how it works for women, for them to do that. But anyway, you guys, I haven't been in that situation, so maybe I'm being judgmental, but I'm very much interested to hear what you think about this whole thing in the comment section. Please like the video before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.